Today is Friday, February 17th, 2017, and if you follow me on Facebook, you'll notice that the last 3 days have been kind of colorful. I'll tell you why. Because about 3 days ago, I posted my new promo picture, and I broke the internet. Here's the picture, and maybe here's the problem. Ah! That's pretty obscene, I know, it's pretty obscene. Or so I was told. But you know, actually, the great number of people who replied on my Facebook page replied with exceedingly positive messages of lascivious support. There was many a heart-eyed emoji involved. But my goodness, it got quite a rise, if you will. It was a very large reaction to the posting, and I instantly found it very funny. There were some people who felt that I didn't use enough Photoshop to hide what was in the photo. And then, of course, there were some people who also felt that I entirely used Photoshop to create what you see in the picture. Well, I kind of pretended a scandal had erupted because I am a troll, in the words of Boxy. My name's Volty and I'm a troll. So I kind of trolled my page, I'm sorry to say. In the second post, I apologized for the fact that I was really overworked and I was retouching overnight feverishly. I was very sleepy, I was very tired. And I said that I was remiss in truly examining the image and allowing such a terrible, obscene image to be posted on my Facebook page. Although soon you will realize the truth behind it all. And then I said, you know, I'm so very sorry. I've gone back and I've spent more time retouching the image, and now it looks the way it's supposed to look. And then I posted this photo. Long live the Goblin King. Well, that got quite a reaction. And then, ultimately, I posted again the next day, and I said, you know, in all seriousness, there are reasons why we spend so much time photoshopping these images, and how it's possible to create something, you know, really sort of unrealistic and inhuman. And it has to do with the culture that we live in. And I admitted that Photoshop was indeed involved, as it is involved in every single advertising image you've ever seen. We'll get back to that later, though. And then I posted a sincere apology, and I said, in the spirit of transparency, let me show you the original image. And I posted this. So now you can see why Photoshop was needed, right? Because I'm not even facing the right way. In any case, in one of the posts, I mentioned that a scandal had erupted and that it was called LaBULGErinth Gate, like labyrinth, but with a bulge in the middle. Apparently, people had called that. I made that up. Nobody called it that. I called it that because I'm a troll! And the internet is really, my Facebook page has really kind of exploded. It has burst because of all of this nonsense. But here's the true story. The true story revealed. The true story is that after a drunken, debaucherous weekend in Denver, I came home and I was really exhausted, legitimately. And promoters that I work with have been really riding my ass for a while now that I've been using the same promo picture for 3 years. I'm looking at you, Frank Drake, in London. I'm looking at you. And so just before leaving for Denver, I scheduled a photo shoot. That's not a woodpecker in the background. That's like a pile driver or something. We're in New York after all. And a photo shoot with Brett Rotundi of BNR Productions. Nice young lad, very talented photographer, and he came over to the lair and we shot this photograph. And now here's the true story. The true story is that the photos were great, and I hate the way I look normally, but I didn't entirely hate the way I looked. What I did hate was my pants. Now, those of you who may have caught some of my cosplaying antics of late at conventions know that I have a very shiny pair of black tights, and that's what I should have worn in this photo shoot. It's what I should have worn, but somehow in my delirium and my tired, overworked state, I wore these really crummy, used to be black pants that were really kind of faded and they were kind of baggy. And when I got the photos back, what annoyed me the most was how terrible the pants looked. So in the normal course of business, just as I would do in a graphic novel, I want to make something look sleek and dark and shiny. I darkened the pants, and then I just started adding highlights on all the raised areas. The thighs, the knees, the calves. And yes, that part you're thinking about. I was so tired. I looked at the image. I thought I was done. And I posted it to Facebook when I was finished at 9 in the morning, not having slept. Now, those of you who follow me really closely, possibly too closely, know that I uploaded the image and then immediately took it down. And the reason I took it down is because while I was looking at it high res on my laptop, it looked great. But when you put something on the internet, it's a lot smaller, it gets more contrasty, things pop out, if you will. And suddenly it looked like I was smuggling a squash in my pants. I was, oh my God, no, oh my God, that's horrendous. And it was completely fabricated. I thought this cannot stand. And so I removed it immediately from the internet. I said, sorry, I'm having some retouching problems. And then I sat and I looked at the image again and I thought, you know, I'm trying to go for kind of like a Goblin King look in this image. So what could possibly be better than this enormous bulge in my pants? I thought, I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna troll my constituency. I'm gonna post this image and I'm gonna do that thing. You know how girls on Instagram, sometimes they'll post a picture with their boobs hanging out and they'll write a caption like, do you guys like my new baseball cap? Like as if no one's looking at the boobs. So that's what I did. I posted the image and I wrote, what do you guys think? You think this would make a nice poster? Oh my God, people went completely bananas. And then I just took the ball and ran with it, I should say. From there, creating, in essence, what was a fake scandal. I do love a scandal and I do love some gossip. So the truth of the matter is that in my delirium and in my attempt to make my pants look shiny, I accidentally gave myself an enormous peen. Here is the actual finished image. Boo, yeah, I know, really disappointing, right? It's really disappointing. Let me tell you something. When it comes to what's happening downtown, I like to think of myself as perfectly average. In fact, if I'm not particularly happy, and I think you know what I mean, it's totally a scared turtle down there. I am, if you know me really, really well, you've heard me say this a million times, I'm a grower, not a shower. Now, it may look just like it does in the poster if I'm wearing my tights and I'm particularly excited, but I was in the lair of Voltaire with just Brett. No offense, Brett. You're a good-looking guy. You're a handsome guy. You're just not my type. And wearing thick jeans, come on. It's just not going to look like that. It just isn't. I'm not even sure I wish it did. Now, I hope you have a sense of humor, and I hope you enjoyed my little prank. Now, I'm not exactly a comedian, and I'm not exactly a philosopher. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm a satirist. For those of you who do not know what that means, it does not mean I have goat legs. It means that I like to entertain and I like to make people laugh. But if I get to do it while pointing out some of the social ills that really, really, truly affect our lives and make life on Earth particularly difficult, then I'm the happier. And let me tell you something right now. Why would I have to spend all night long photoshopping a poster? The reason is, as I mentioned before, every single advertisement you have ever seen is photoshopped. Now, I can't walk past a bus shelter or an advertisement in the subway that for men's underwear or any kind of men's fashion for that matter that doesn't depict a man with a perfect six-pack of abs. Calvin Klein ads with David Beckham and Justin Bieber and their perfectly chiseled abs just make me think, well, I don't look like that, and I guess that's what I'm supposed to look like. If there's a girl I like and I'm checking out her Instagram page and her man crush Monday, as is usually the case, is a guy with a six-pack of abs, I think, well, I guess I'm out of the running. I guess I'm ugly. I guess I'm out of shape. I guess I'm obese. I guess I'm undesirable. And as was revealed recently, even the bulges in the pants, ladies, are photoshopped in those ads. So it has created an environment where I can speak for myself in saying it makes me feel poorly about myself and ultimately really affects my personal life in a very negative way. Now, for those ladies out there who are listening to this and you think I don't know what you're thinking, you're wrong. Because let me tell you something, world. This has been happening to women for decades upon decades upon decades. Women have worn corsets to push up their breasts, to slim their waists. They have worn all sorts of crazy girdles and skirts and contraptions. And nowadays, when magazines tell us that women are only desirable if they have size D breasts and yet a size 0 dress size, what the world has done is created an environment where the average person feels ugly. We feel ugly, and that's not okay. Now, I'm guessing the solution is for everyone to stop using Photoshop, but we all know that's not going to happen. I would like nothing more than to rip off my shirt and walk around and say, I have a jelly belly, admire it, love it. But I'm too embarrassed to do that. So I'm not really sure what the solution is. I only know what the problem is. So hopefully my stupid little prank has been able to shine a light on the fact that everybody is affected by this. If you think you're the only one, you're wrong. It affects all of us. It's very, very damaging. And I can only hope that somehow we find a solution for all of this someday. Well, before I leave you thinking that what's happening in my pants is completely unimpressive, let me tell you, it's occasionally impressive. I think so anyway. And here's how I can prove it to you. I recommend you go to 3 of Cups Lounge in New York City on a Wednesday night and you look for an Australian bartender by the name of Cal. Legend has it that when I've had enough to drink, I get an erection, I pull down my pants, and I helicopter my junk all around the bar. She says it's huge. She says it's huge. Well, she's from Australia, so she should know what down under looks like, right? And maybe the next photo shoot will just have to be in a Speedo or something so that there could be less photoshopping, or is it more photoshopping? I'm still so confused by all of this. In any case, I hope you've enjoyed my little prank. I hope you got a really good laugh out of it. And mostly I hope that I've been able to shine a light on just how really awful this culture of photoshopping people into impossible body shapes is affecting us. Thank you so much for watching. That concludes LaBULGErinth Gate. For now, I hope. And now it is back to normal size genital posters, but I'm no dummy, so I did make 100 copies of the original poster. I'll be selling those at shows and maybe online. Take care. A troll!